Hey guys, gonna give another quick review to a movie I saw recently, and that is Eden. This was interesting. I didn't realize until, I believe, the opening that this is loosely based off of true events, which they give an extra clip in the end of the movie. After you've finished the film, it tells you basically two of the characters, this is what these two characters had happened, and this is basically the interpretation of those events. And so I didn't know it was loosely based off a true story at all, so that sort of made it interesting. But we have a handful of characters, all played by a really talented cast, and I was amazed by how much screen time each character was given. It didn't feel like anyone was sidelined in the movie at all. And so generally what's going on in this movie is you have a bunch of people who kind of, not a bunch, but you got a handful of characters who can't really afford rent, food, prices are going up. Of course, this is in early 1900s, and these things are sort of kind of happening again, where it's hard to pay rent, and food is getting pricier. So the timing of this film's release is sort of kind of relatable for, I think, a lot of people. And so this movie is basically about these characters leaving everything in the modern world behind and going to this island, just living off of the land. They're building their own crop. They're building their own place to live. They got to find their own water supply. And you just get that raw survival instinct sort of style between the characters in this movie. And I just found it really fascinating. The actors did a really good job. They're kept coming there's different plot twists that kept coming, which switches up who's in an allegiance with who. Characters kept sort of switching sides, I guess, is one way you could put it, where two of the groups, there's three main groups of characters, where two of them have to team up against the other one, and those two kept switching all around because of what's going on. Characters are trying to adapt to what's going on the island and what's going on with the other group of characters. So this is very interesting. This isn't some intense action movie, but it was definitely interesting from beginning to end, just seeing the betrayal and the suspense and everything going on with the multi-layered plot. So I found it really interesting. I thought it was pretty cool. Acting was good. There was a few comedic moments, but it wasn't really meant to be a comedy, so those moments there's just a few of them. But overall, I thought the movie's pretty good. If you see it, let me know what you think. I'm just not hearing anyone talk about it. So if you've seen it, let me know. Keep it digging, guys.